122 years ago, 60 riders set off on a journey around France. They set the scene for what is now the biggest bike race in the world. We're about to embark on a 3-week roller coaster adventure together. Thanks for being with us. This is the Tour de France. Well, the dreams begin here in Lille for the Grand Départ as we embark on 21 stages. We visit Super Bagneux for the first time in so many years, make our way across to Montpellier and up through the mountains into the Alps and then into Paris.
185 kilometres around Lille Métropole. 3 short climbs aren't what's concerning the sprinters. With 140 kilometres of exposed roads, potential crosswinds the only likely barrier to yellow.
We're ready for the start of the 2025 Tour de France.
From pure sprinters to brave souls going out alone, Mathieu Vercher of Total Energies following the path taken by another of the day's original escapades, linking up with Benjamin Thomas en route to Mont-Cassel. Nothing short of hair-raising fight to the summit. If this is anything to go by, it's going to be some battle for the polka dot jersey.
Look at the wheels bouncing all over the place. Vercher goes, Thomas goes on the left-hand side. Photo finish. Oh, big crash of the breakaway. Echelon forms at the front of this race now, 16.8 kilometres to go. Are the sprinters going to be left behind? Because this acceleration by Jonas Vingegaard and his Visma team have split this race. The roads of northern France are causing chaos.
In the end, it came down to this group to set it up and fire for glory. Not just the stage, but the yellow jersey.
Philipsen moves. Jasper Philipsen now fires. Philipsen goes for glory. Philipsen of Alpecin-de-Koning. Is it going to be a dream yellow jersey? It is. Jasper Philipsen wins stage 1 and takes the yellow.
The first yellow jersey for a sprinter in 5 years. The longest stage of the 2025 Tour de France, although not too much to write home about initially, until a mini classic would come alive in the final 30 kilometres, a finish that suits the punchers in the pack. Four refused to let the rain put them off. Bruno Amarai up for more, and Brent Van Moer, for a time, was the virtual overall leader.
We are now peloton all together with 51.9 kilometres to go. It's a long way to the finish line. Big move on the left-hand side of the road. Pogačar looks. Vauquelin goes again to try and win the stage. Van der Poel now starts to open it up. It is such an elite group of riders. Moving up, Alaphilippe onto the wheel of Tadej Pogačar. Vingegaard moves up on the left-hand side. There goes Mathieu Van der Poel. Van der Poel starts the acceleration. He sees the gantry in front of him. It's going to be all out between Van der Poel and Pogačar. Van der Poel and Pogačar, left, right. Van der Poel. Mathieu Van der Poel wins stage 2.
4 years between the Dutchman's 2 Tour de France stage wins, both proving golden ones to boot. 178 kilometres for the fast men to shine, while there's a return to Mont-Cassel early and crosswinds looming. Dunkirk still awaits a bunch sprint. Alpecin-de-Koning with both yellow and green jerseys. Van der Poel, the tour leader, aiming to return it to teammate Philipsen. An average of nearly 40 kilometres an hour, the peloton entered the final 100 kilometres, but things likely to heat up the intermediate sprint in Isberg, just over 30 kilometres up the road.
Jonathan Milan, Caden Groves is the rider. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Philipsen crashes. The green jersey is down. Jonathan Milan goes through now. He wins the sprint. But behind, we hope that Jasper Philipsen is okay.
Chute et pris dans la chute, Jasper Philipsen, le maillot vert.
Terrible, terrible news. The abandon of the green jersey of the Tour de France. Jasper Philipsen is out.
Heading towards the Flamme Rouge now, it was time to set up and fire for success. As ever, there were high stakes and hard falls.
1 kilometre of racing to go. Lidl Trek now in control at the front. Jasper Stuyven has control for Jonathan Milan. Coming up, Soren Varenskold, 59 kilometres an hour. Big move on the right-hand side by the team of Israel Premier Tech. But now Bittner is about to... Oh, massive crash in the finish. Jonathan Milan now kicks and goes for the line. It's Milan, followed by Tim Merlier. Now the European champion launches and launches fast. Is it Tim Merlier? Wow! Photo finish. Merlier puts his hand up.
Okay,
look at Jonathan Milan. Well. He immediately... And
yes,
look how close that is. Tim Merlier in the photo finish wins ahead of Jonathan Milan.
Soudal with their first win of this tour, but Van der Poel remains in yellow. After Boulogne-sur-Mer in the north, it was Normandy's turn to host a punchy finish. Amiens to Rouen, 173 kilometres, but it was the final 50k that would unleash 5 short but brutal climbs. Plenty of bumps and bruises already, but who is ready to shine on stage 5? The final was only going to get harder and harder, jockeying for position, the favourites rising to the top. How's your legs?
Pogacar gets out the saddle, and here is the moment of the first attack of the world champion. Pogacar goes. Look at Pogacar, and Vingegaard can't go. Vingegaard cracks as well and lets Pogacar go, and he's almost at the top of the climb. Vingegaard looked around to see if anyone was there, and he just can't go. Now he has to fight his way back onto the wheel of Pogacar. Can he do it? Hauling himself, pedal rev by pedal rev, back onto the wheel of the world champion, who I don't think realised that Vingegaard had left a gap.
Et le groupe maillot jaune revient sur Pogacar-Vingegaard. Le groupe maillot jaune, Evenepoel revient.
3 hours and 50 minutes. This final part of this stage has been one where you get the popcorn out and you enjoy a blockbuster. Remco Evenepoel is being a little bit distanced on the run-in. He needs to close the gap into the finish. Here goes Mathieu van der Poel. Pogacar wants his 100th win. Vingegaard is there. It's going to be yet again Pogacar. Pogacar goes for the finish line now. It's going to be 100 career wins. Tadej Pogacar, stage number 4.
The cycling centurion takes his 18th tour stage success. A dead heat overall. Van der Poel clings onto yellow on countback. A 33-kilometre power testing Caen, well suited to rulers, but it's the time trial ruler Remco Evenepoel, dominant on the recent Dauphiné TT, who has a golden chance to strike in the battle for yellow.
Remco Evenepoel, he needs now to bring back some time.
World TT colours donned on the jersey and helmet. Soudal Quickstep's leader was away and finally taking charge after the third checkpoint, 11 seconds ahead of Affini. 8 kilometres left to build up a more robust advantage.
Tot op de meet, kampioen, tot op de meet, come on!
He has completely emptied the tank. He went out of the start gate as though he was out of a gun. Remco Evenepoel now closing in on the finish line. He's going to stop the clock, smashes the time of Affini by 33 seconds.
36 minutes.
Big moment now. Vingegaard gets going and sprints away.
And very fast start there by Vingegaard.
This is Tadej Pogacar, UAE Team Emirates XRG. Start of Tadej Pogacar. Not quite like the bullet that Remco Evenepoel was, but not far off.
Well, combining the total race time across the last 4 tours, Pogacar led Vingegaard by less than 90 seconds before this 2025 edition, yet the gap was about to widen in Caen.
Vingegaard now sees the finish line. The race of truth always asks big questions of anyone who dreams of winning the Tour de France. Normally, Vingegaard has all the answers, but this afternoon, the race of truth has asked a massive question. Vingegaard is going to lose big time. Pogacar He has worked this course out perfectly. He's now a minute ahead of Jonas Vingegaard on the road.
Last corner.
32 seconds, Vingegaard loses to Kevin Volkelaan. Here comes Pogačar now, final corner. He comes round the turn. I think it's safe to say now that Remco Evenepoel wins this time trial, but Tadej Pogačar has paid a massive dent in the hopes of Jonas Vingegaard to win this Tour de France, because Pogačar is on fire in this time trial. 16 seconds is all he loses to Remco Evenepoel. Second fastest time. Mathieu van der Poel finishes, crosses the line, 18th fastest, loses 1:44 to Remco Evenepoel in the time trial.
The defending champion back in yellow. Can anyone stop him wearing it come the Tour's end? A deceptively tough stage with 6 categorised climbs, 3,550 metres of elevation, all packed into narrow back roads. The vibrant and colourful fans supporting their home riders, in particular Kevin Volkelaan, as they departed from his hometown of Bayeux. Well, the lack of any early attack had the green jersey hopefuls primed for the intermediate sprint. 20 points on offer for the first across the line, and Jonathan Milan gobbled up the top prize. It was proving hard to break away. The trio of Quinn, Simmons, Ben Healy and Harold Tejada hoped to change that, while the first real bumps on the stage were leaving the sprinters behind. An intense battle unfolding. 6th on GC, Mathieu van der Poel bridging to the front group, as did Giro champion Simon Yates, who lost time in the north but signalled a return to form.
And a big attack now from the front group of riders. Ben Healy's decided time to try and win the stage alone.
24-year-old Healy looking to leave his mark on Le Grand Boucle. Initially, there was no urgency to chase the Irishman. That would soon change.
Big attack now of Simmons as he goes clear properly. Storer decides to go with him.
But no one was going to deny Healy a Giro stage winner in 2023. And now
he's dreamt of winning a stage of the Tour de France, and now it's about to come true. Brilliant, Ben. Stage win in the Tour de France. Mathieu van der Poel crosses the line now at 3:58. You know, Tadej Pogačar might hold on to the jersey here. It's very, very close for Pogačar to hold on to yellow from Mathieu van der Poel. It's going to be really, really close as to whether Van der Poel is in the jersey or Pogačar is in the jersey. By my calculations, it's going to be a matter of seconds of a difference. Pogačar starts to jump away now, and now Vingegaard has to stay in the wheels. And right on the line, I think it's going to be 1 second.
The Dutchman didn't start the day with yellow in mind, but it's what he ended up in. Stage 7 heads to Brittany, finishing with a double ascent of the Mur de Bretagne, a brutal test where Van der Poel triumphed in 2021. Can Pogačar strike back, or will the wall crown another champion? Around 50 kilometres per hour, the pace remained relentless. This another exhausting stage for everyone. A fantastic 5 did finally kick and produce a meaningful attack, but nothing yet to worry the peloton controlled by UAE and Alpecin.
Bourdin is the rider who jumps. Even Garcia Cortina, a little bit more of an injection of pace. Geraint Thomas is suffering at the back. 1 lap of racing to go now. 1 more climb of the Mur de Bretagne to decide who wins today's stage. Costu is the first to the finish line. 130 kilometres in the breakaway. It's now about to be finished. There's Ben Healy, yesterday's stage winner.
Oh, crash!
Oh,
Massive
big crash in the peloton.
Oof.
Loads of riders are down. It's Remco Evenepoel, Vingegaard, Pogačar, Volkelaan, Jorgensen, Narvaez, also in there, Oscar Onley. Remco Evenepoel is dicing a little bit, dances out the saddle.
Yes, it's very interesting how Tadej Pogačar didn't go on the wheel of Narvaez, but preferred to sit behind the Olympic champion.
Here he goes now. This is the sprint. Pogačar starts. Vingegaard is going to go with him, but Pogačar is just powering away. Vingegaard, though, is right in the wheel. Jonas Vingegaard, Tadej Pogačar, but it's the world champion on the Mur de Bretagne ahead of Jonas Vingegaard.
The world champion continues his yellow fascination and domination. 171 kilometres to leave Brittany and head for Mayenne, and just for the third time in history, a stage finish in Laval.
Big attack, Total Energy.
Total Energies unveiled their plan to honour the spirit of the Tour, at least challenge perceived wisdom of a sprint finale. Mathieu Bourgadeau and Matteo Verchet have stood on the Tour de France podium before. How long were the odds of doing so together? Pretty long, with the advantage kept under a minute. Girmay's Intermarché train had him well positioned, but Milan had Quinn Simmons rolling on the front with 70k to go.
Finally,
This is way too much.
Bourgadeau goes clear. Verchet is dropped.
Bourgadeau took the solitary king of the mountain point up the only category climb of the day. With the French duo's attack over, only one kicked on in hope more than expectation.
570 metres to go, but the arrival now of Mathieu van der Poel with a big rush. Right-hand side, it's Pascal Ackermann. Jonathan Milan moves across onto the wheel of Caden Groves. Wout van Aert is still there. Here goes Jonathan Milan. Oh, he went to go and then decided it was too early in this wind. He's decided. Here goes the sprint now. Jonathan Milan firing to try and win his first ever stage of the Tour de France. Wout van Aert's going to challenge Jonathan Milan, but it is going to be, no doubt, the Italian wins stage number 8. The first stage win in the Tour for Jonathan Milan.
A first for Milan, a continuation for Pogačar. It's off to Cavendish City, giving the Manx missile won the last 3 sprints at de Châteauroux on the Tour de France. Whether it was a sprint once more or a different ending, a new winner will be crowned.
Kilometre 0 is just ahead on the road now. This is stage 9 of the Tour. Two riders immediately onto the attack, one of them being Mathieu van der Poel.
The echelons gave hope to the front pair, although the gap was still not sure at 2 minutes. Stress and strain into a brilliant finale.
Here we are heading into Châteauroux, Cavendish City. He won his first ever stage here, and now Mathieu van der Poel goes. Jonas Rijkaard, what a day. He deserves to be on the podium this afternoon. This ride, 168 kilometres with Mathieu van der Poel. Now van der Poel says, right, now's time to win the stage. Van der Poel goes clear, 6k to go. Big attack on the right-hand side. Now it's a little bit messy as the sprinters get ready. EF go to the front now to try and bring him back. Whoa, with 1 kilometre to go, Mathieu van der Poel is going to be caught. 173 kilometres in the lead for Mathieu van der Poel.
Big move there from Israel Primitek on the right-hand side.
And here we are in the final kilometre now, moving up. Danny van Poppel, big acceleration by Tim. Coquard almost hits the wheel and manages to right it. Big attack now on the right-hand side as Israel Premier Tech go for this. They lead out Pascal Ackermann. Danny van Poppel goes for the line. Jonathan Milan now opens up the sprint. Tim Merlier, the European champion. It's a drag race. Is Jonathan Milan going to take it? Tim Merlier wins an incredible stage.
A second stage win of this Tour for Merlier. Pogačar yellow ahead of a return to the mountains. Who will celebrate the storming of the Bastille by successfully storming up and down the Massif Central? No fewer than 8 category climbs, a GC battle or a breakaway going the distance. Perhaps it'll be both.
Le départ réel donné à 13h27.
Nearly 30 riders at the head of the race. Teammates Simon Yates and Victor Campenaerts there as an early indicator of Visma's intention to crank up the pressure. Suda Quickstep represented by Valentin Paré-Peintre and Remco Evenepoel's main climbing companion Ilan van Valde. Their Belgian leader back in the peloton tucked in behind Team UAE, controlling the peloton with a steady pace. The best placed escapé in the GC was Ben Healy, just under 4 minutes down. And the French promised and delivered their presence in the break. Lenny Martinez and Julien Alaphilippe hoping to deliver on the Fête Nationale.
Le peloton à 5,55.
30 final kilometres, and this small but elite group of riders had survived at the head of the race, the winner of the stage to be decided between them. Who could make the stage-winning attack? Quinn Simmons clearly threw his name into the hat, but a long way from a defining move. Back down the road, Visma Lisa Bike were trying to pressure the yellow jersey of Pogačar, Jorgensen and Kuss testing out the world champion.
And of course, they've done this on the Galibier a couple of years ago, if you remember, sending riders, and then Vingegaard with that big attack, going from rider to rider to rider.
The excitement building, especially now. Ben Healy knew he was the virtual yellow jersey, but still road to traverse. While Quinn Simmons was dropped, there were 5 left to fight it out for the win, but still plenty of action in the GC.
Another move of Jorgensen. Tadej Pogačar has to close it. Attack of Simon Yates as he reaches the bottom of the climb. Ben Healy tries to go with him. The winner of the Giro d'Italia, the winner of La Vuelta, goes on to the final climb of the day with a move to try and win the stage. The British rider reaches the top of the climb, breaks into a smile. He's now got a hat-trick of victories in the Tour de France. Yates wins stage 10. Here's a big attack. Remco Evenepoel decides to go. Remco Evenepoel strikes and Pogačar decides it's not worth going. The Irish rider reaches the line and the clock starts. He has got 3 minutes and 55 seconds to wait to find out if he is the yellow jersey. And here goes Pogačar. Pogačar's decided, well, today you've tried, but now I'm going to show you who's the boss. Ben Healy celebrates. He is going to be on the podium in yellow. And here is Lenny Martinez on Bastille Day, has done a wonderful job for France and Bahrain victorious. Pogačar on his wheel finishes about 4 minutes and 21 seconds behind Ben Healy.
And it was Ben Healy who was radiant in yellow, third on the stage. And how to top a stage 4 win. That was by becoming Ireland's first yellow jersey since 1987. A brilliant performance, and certainly benefiting from the GC cat and mouse game between Pogačar, Vingegaard and Evenepoel. No movement, of course, in the points classification, but Jonathan Milan has been the standout sprinter in the first week before the first rest day of this edition of the Tour de France. The Italian still in green, the Lidl Trek rider, the only one to have broken the 200-point barrier. Now, it was clearly the target for the day, and Lenny Martinez was successful in making sure a Frenchman was in a major jersey on Bastille Day. A swashbuckling performance, and he is the current king of the mountains. Ben Healy, Michael Woods, currently on the podium. And Ben Healy's heroics saw him also take the white jersey too. And he has certainly been one of the standouts in this first week. What can he do as the Tour rolls on after the first rest day?
en présence de Fabrice Pankouk, le président de la région Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes, et de l'autre côté...
24-year-old putting a minute 29 on Evenepoel. Well, Kevin Vauquelin had a really bad day to slip back to 2 minutes 26. Well, quite a stunning first 10 stages of the 2025 edition. There's plenty more drama to come. Riders in the jerseys, but we're a long way from knowing who will wear them in Paris.